Okay, so this is one of the first builds that I did with my kids. And here we have the adventurers kind of getting assaulted by the ratmen. Sorry, focus is real shallow on this. So we've got kind of this procedure through here. Go along here. And there's kind of multiple avenues. It goes, you know, one little bit in that direction and then across here. I mean, first impression is that, you know, I have plenty of floors, I think, but I could probably use more walls, which is kind of crazy because I bought the monster sewer pack plus additional sluiceways and walls and all that stuff. But more walls would help to really give it that entirely immersive feeling. Then again, I think as a DM it doesn't really matter because I would probably have to take walls down during encounters. So there's almost kind of a little bit of a partially, I guess, isometric element where I can look in and remove things as I need to. But the handiwork is awesome, so I'll add in a few kind of more extreme close-ups for y'all, but this is like one of the first basic builds, and I think I've already learned kind of a little bit more about how to use the tiles to set up kind of different arrangements here. Kind of here's a zoomed out version of the whole thing on the table. So I would say it's probably 3 feet long by maybe 18 inches wide at its widest, or like a foot wide. So it definitely would fit like on a normal table, but it's certainly not massive, but good enough to definitely handle at least, you know, multiple encounters spread out over this space, which is good enough for me. So after descending into the sewers, we've got one of our very unhappy druids discovering that his friend is being attacked by a rabid band of ratmen. There's his friend. There's some ratmen in the background kind of coming in for the attack. And there's even a little zombie rat there down in the sluiceway. Here's that same encounter, but from over the top. Okay, kind of have like a little secret back corridor going on there. So there's that. And this is just to give you kind of another perspective here. This is shooting from the other direction of that first encounter. So there's our group. I'm just going to rack focus. I'm not going to try to zoom because it's really hard to hold this camera steady when I'm in this close. Okay, this is like further down the corridor towards the end of the table. Got a rat man up there, kind of keeping guard on a ladder. There's one of the ladder pieces, and the rat man's guarding that to make sure none of the good guys can get down. Another rat man there, more sluiceway. Okay, proceeding along here. Another rat man there. When you get in this close, it seems pretty massive. Here I would have liked to have used more walls to finish out this build, but whatever. That's why D&D is all about imagination. This is pretty good, so. I kind of just put sporadic walls where I had leftovers to give you the feel, but my oldest son was like, you know, Stefan Picorni can have as many walls as he wants because he makes them. And I was like, yeah, that's true, son. So anyway, yeah. I would actually, as I'm looking at it from here, pulling out, I would say that I would probably put a different base mat rather than my green hex mat, which works really well for like outdoor encounters. I would probably put like a darker mat, maybe just like a black cloth or something, just to give it a little bit more of a neutral background, so so that we focus on the magnificence of the sewer tiles versus the hex map underneath it. So